Hi guys and welcome to Pheas Airsoft, where today I'm going to do a user requested video on how to get a battery into this CM621. Hi guys and welcome back. If you do enjoy this video today or indeed any of my videos, please do like and subscribe because you will be really helping me out. So this is a user requested video where a few people commented that they were struggling to get the battery in the stock of this CM621 AR variant. So I said I would do a quick video on how to fit it. Now this is a little bit different style of crane stock. It's not the best design at all. It's a little bit tricky, but it is possible. So we take the back plate off and that literally just pinches in there and pops off the back, and then this base plate just pops off. Now this is a bit poor design, I'll be honest. I'm not entirely sure why they've done that. Now what I can say is, I'm pulling the battery wire out there is enough room for that wire to go down that gap there and still put, if I put this back in, put that back in, and it's not nipping the wire or anything like that. And that's, I suppose, the key to this. So we'll start off with the original battery. Now if I drop in that down there and that down there, now where you're going to fall down on this is obviously getting the battery connected up. There's the MOSFET powering up and the wiring out of the way enough for that to go back in. Now that's gone in, and the idea is that as the stock extends, I would advise extending it at least one click. The wiring sits in this gap here. I'll turn that. There is a gap down here. If you can see that, there is a gap down here and down here, and that's ideally where your wiring should sit. And then this will nicely click in, and the battery goes on. This battery isn't virtually dead. So pop that back off. Obviously that's with the stock fully extended slightly. It is much harder work when it is obviously put back in like that, because there is just not an awful lot of room in there at all. Now a few things you could do to alleviate that is some of this plastic work here could be modified, and to make it easier I'd possibly trim all this plastic bit out here just to free up that room, or a combination of the both would be best because it leaves you a lot more room, but it is possible. In terms of the stock fully collapsed, even I'm struggling, I'll be honest, to find a way. I mean, that does go in, but it kind of feels like it's catching on something. It's compressing wires, which you can see there. That wire is a little bit dented. If I put that out of the way, keep that up there. That did go in then, that has fit in nicely, and that's gone in, and I can still adjust the stock, there's no issue. So we'll lift that out of the way. It's one of the few bad design choices I think I've seen about this style of gun. So the same more or less will apply for any real battery now. So if we do 7.4, now with this one, what I might struggle to do is I would coil the wire. So just slid each of the things down the side. I've put the wiring over the top, and obviously I would connect that up, and what I would do is I would coil the wire back down the stock tube with the intention that, I'll extend it a little bit just to give me some more room, with the intention that the wiring would all mostly sit in the stock tube. If I can get it down there, and you down there as well. There we go. Bring in the little plate again. There we go. And it's in and it's sorted. And that keeps it out of the way and nice and neat. Put that back open. There we go. Now in terms of, there we go. And that's a 7.4 volt LiPo, similar styling. Now, I can't even get the connector out. There we go. There's the battery. So the last size to try them is an 11.1. Potentially a little bit trickier, but actually shouldn't be too bad. So you obviously on an 11.1 you've got three parts to it. So I'd put the 2 side parts down either side, like with a 7.4, and then there should be enough room for the wiring and the battery, the third part of the battery, its third leg, to go down the stock tube under the battery wiring. So you've got your 3 batteries down there. You can then connect this up, and then there should be just enough. You might need to extend the stock for this one. Obviously if we modify it and remove this plastic here and we trim this plastic here, it will make it a lot better, but obviously, stick that back in, that should still have enough room. It might be a very tight squeeze to get that back down there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly see if I can modify this and see if I can get it fitted and modified to show you what kind of modification to make. So I've just come back and literally just had a few minutes with my grips here. So I put the grips on these bits of plastic here, and they were softest plastic, they just broke away. This was a little bit tougher, and obviously it's not a neat job, but I will neaten this up. But again, just got my grips in there and literally just pulled away at it and it came away. So that should now, could do with a little bit of sanding down, just to obviously soften the edges off, so you don't want any rough edges and things that can nip your wires and stuff. But obviously as a quick mod, we're not looking too bad. So let's see how much better that works now. So there's the stock back on, fully collapsed, and you can see here we've got much more room in this area now, and we've also got a nice hole there in the top where the wiring can come out and round and into battery compartments and things like that. So let's have a look. Let's get my 7.4 back in, and let's go down one side, down the other side. Let's pull that out. Well, there we go. So it's gone down either side. The wiring can go back down the stock tube so that we've got the room to extend the stock. In goes the connector for the battery. In comes the protective plate there, making sure that everything sits nicely in our little gap there. Obviously, with a little bit more time, I'm just doing this as a quick sort of mod. A little bit more time, you could quite happily get that in there like that. You could neaten that up, you can open it up a little bit more, and then it's ready to go. So I hope that's been helpful for you, just to show obviously that top bit just needs opening out, and I'm going to neaten that off myself for when I sell this on to somebody. And obviously at the bottom here just needs clipping away from there, just to open all this space up to get in your battery. I hope that's been helpful. Please do like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.